Right, fantastic. Welcome. Yes, I'm Wakwaba. At the Sports Star Network, so you quickly and call Boardroom, because there's a lot to talk about again in Premier League. And you already and Dean at my Boardroom. I catch you about HR residents, our Dansuman exhibition, rooftop lounge. It's mommy and share. Come on, then I'm a you honka crash on you, feel it too. Bell launch the Adom FM and Adom FM and Adom TV. You see your fun day and so on. The time you could in. Over to you.
Last week, we got a signature. Timu who and I say I feel you ever more. I'm on your home up on the Champions League final. It will go to Spain. I feel best I could Spain.
Spain for me, you know, dear.
You better call one Ancelotti. I've heard the best team for your business. Nah. Upe coach and as why I share papa way because of midweek we game of Coco Boy. Not only midweek we game and kasa this season and kasa no as Ancelotti na so I share kakra. Cause what na film Valencia be share team I won share since David Villa more time around 2008 ba be share wo fie. Valencia was struggle makasa upe team ba ko I say ye ton kra na ye Jiffy Peter Lemon sama Valencia. No ba be share. Then this man did the magic midweek. Player who more than 330 games in his career on share one free kick cry. One beautiful night. One beautiful Tuesday night. About brace. And minim says our game after the game no interview yeah. Was in the real feeder. And I understand. Because when you play
one set piece coach
Nicolas Jova, you babe can answer. Yeah. And we are one person oh yeah, that beautiful night. Definitely when you go home you will feel relaxed. But if you man ankasa no more on the return leg.
And the clan rights or permanent money be.
Opebi won.
Or permanent money.
Oh okay.
So what you
say? Me minim. And the no to me ball brace no.
Cheery.
And another frustrated player. In fact it was a terrible night for him. When who game no so. And sometimes I have partnership no our midfield na county. Because it was more on your vibe when you have the Valverde's there, when you have the Chomenimus there. Obia when you rule specific rule will be play. But when you have the Luka Modric, Modric will not give you that energy here in the midfield. They will not give you that strength here in the midfield. Because in the game now, it's about energy. Arsenal, three players. The oldest player, what team no, I branch a friend Thomas Partey. And Thomas Partey is not to the base of the midfield. And when you are playing against them, definitely the pressure will be there. We share statistics out for the buy after the game. This is Arsenal, apart from their 3 goals in the corner, but expected goals near 1.51, 0.5 for Real Madrid. Real Madrid, nothing seemed to be working. 3 shots on target. Arsenal, airboy 11. And I say Mobotibu Kotua, so it could have been like 5-6-0. Yes, he might have made a mistake, resulting in a goal. But also the kind of saves, number of saves are here in the game. Ebi an Kenyan one can Arsenal for. Ebi a result when Kenyan on the year can. But this is Real Madrid. You don't underestimate them. This is the Champions League. When you are playing against a teamer, what GB paying? Not even Real Madrid alone. When you are playing against a teamer, what so trophy you be paying? On the boy say you're very careful because playing against those teams. Because of that experience, even when you go to their locker rooms and they say trophy rooms, now it's a Champions League trophy ball at the psychological aspect is different from what won GB. And Arsenal just 2006, they were in the final, they lost to a Spanish side. And people don't want to meet the Spanish side because the Spanish side know how to play the final. They've been dominant in the last 30 years. Look at this. Madrid did new. Maybe I saw more attack. It is all red. And Arsenal dominating, they scored their first goal, second goal, third goal. And baby attack, no sahakra, and from attack, that's a small counter attack. Pa! And the result in the Cameroon goal. No. And they dominated the game. Every aspect of the game, Arsenal were on top. And I wasn't surprised after the game, if you listen to Carlo Ancelotti, or can say game ni there, no cranya me ni so buwa, now I can say a ball. Men can say, yes,
Arsenal the better.
They knew very well. Say, Arsenal were the better side. If you look at this, we expected goals, baby, Madrid, see, and you look at Arsenal. If you look at the graph, you see say Arsenal, like every aspect of the game, it was about Arsenal.
Yeah.
And Madrid were also very careful because when you are playing against a team who are very good when it comes to counter-attack, they are not the best counter-attacking side in England. Because there is Bournemouth, there is Nottingham Forest, there is Liverpool. Liverpool is all-rounder when it comes to counter-attacks in England. Ye breaky, transition, BBR is about Liverpool. But the likes of Arsenal, and so on, if you look at this is the heat map, pass map. When a heat map. No. If you look at the pass map for Arsenal, Real Madrid, there is something synonymous about this and what happened the last time they played against City. I say, no map passing in never far. I say side and side. They were not able to go forward that much. Look at it and look at Arsenal. And there is one player here who is Bukayo Saka. That means most of Arsenal attack, no. I had nobody bonify.
Yeah.
See, and if you look at Real Madrid, you know, and I say, so when play on them, this is Kylian Mbappe. A player can so leading lines and then corner Namha baby, no. He is here. Arsenal don't have a player map passes in baby and call here and call her because this is Mikel Merino, and I will tell you why once we go forward. And the beautiful thing about this Real Madrid side is when they started the game and they realized and your mom bed thing at their mom no our rings no almost started so mobile and fin about ball. So Arsenal were also very comfortable because Arsenal strengthen their rings. So when you are playing against a team on only strength here rings, and that's how we rings in the manner. That's what they want. That's how they want to dominate. And to which our pass mappy now they show maybe Arsenal for the red it was quite obvious that Arsenal felt very comfortable when Madrid crowded or midfield and they left the room for them to do their work. And the midfield, I told you about Arsenal's Declan Rice and co dominating the midfield because Madrid had tight legs. If you had somebody like Luka Modric playing the midfield, you are always comfortable. This is Kylian Mbappe. If you look at this picture very well, this is how Arsenal's Madrid started. Now Madrid started here, no. Mbappe and nearly the lines, you know, Vini, Eton Chain, or Mark Kamavinga, Moni Rodrigo, Emu. Then they brought Luka Modric in the center of the pitch, that's the midfield, so that on to make oversized responsibility as to so be distribute two ball, no they call left or they be call right. And then no na solely Luka Modric role, and you know say he's good when he's doing that. When he's in his element, they were able to make distribute two ball. No. And this is how Madrid wanted it. But when they started the game and they were playing, Omuko do baby, and realize this no. They were Arsenal for a position on my players. Yes, on my jam say be a midfield near moon crowd and social picture where as Madrid for no or crowd midfield ni say because they didn't like a branch your friend Thomas Tepate. No more person Declan Rice. No more person Martin Odegaard, who is a very good passer of the game, no, able to make use of midfield and to try rating after the game. You Arsenal for no the worst player and the performance and Sweeney, nay, a branch your friend Martin Odegaard, only 6.6 rating. Arsenal players no beer more than 7. Onukwanya 6.6. And on the road and Casa Madrid were very good. They were okay. Omun neutralizing.
He was limited.
He was very limited. But Sana and Yonunkwan, Arsenal forward different. You're from Arsenal. And Arsenal no. Omu no different idea how they were going to use the guy. And I said they were going to use other players to neutralize the Real Madrid for intent. And I said tactics are coach in the buy. They played the game to some place and you realize that Obiti said Federico Valverde. Edu baby, next on one casampo, et me bed join me for Nakano Moko back. But when they realized that the pressure was too much for them, the guy had to go back to his right back row because he had the ball far on a shower. You know how the Madrid fans will deal with you. So that was what they were experiencing. Now, if you look at this picture very well, they left a lot of space. Our wings in the Malmo because Madrid dominating midfield. No, there were a lot of space. Our wings. This is a branch of friend Bukayo Saka. This is Alaba. There was so much space. So there's baby away there. Next baby away there. Next baby a Kylian Mbappe who is a forward. Anke so ko enime ntina sa map no pass map no. Unhu ye na ebi enim ho because that is baby ananke so who say Kylian Mbappe. Eda baby a o hwe sa map no hwe say na kwa say infinfin na ball ne da because Kylian Mbappe entumi enya that supply and ko hia we nim ho na o de ball na kwa kwahye ntitem bia no obi anka say o da ha omo be start ball no nka say mri anka Vini nam ha no ke say Mbappe nam ha no this is Mbappe falling too deep because the supplies weren't coming and Vini was left all alone. This is Rodrigo. Rodrigo had to retreat because Nipa no ball right back from Federico Valverde no. He's not a natural right back and you are playing an away game. Into so limit you now for me na be no support. If you look at Real Madrid's style and you compare to what they played last season, what they boy Real Madrid last season they played against a City side and we are very comfortable. So mo at the ball from left, right, left, right, left, right, and Madrid didn't give them so much space to be crossing the balls. And to ball na City ball last season in no, na your midfield, and the Madrid defending so deep to the extent say, na a man here ding say club from the Manchester City able to penetrate. But this game Madrid and defending so deep, just that they were not good enough. They gave them space, Arsenal space to attack. They gave them space to operate. Just that omuye very careful, so I'm going to continue on the midfield. But on the flanks, it didn't work. This is Mikel Merino. A player, I say, when it comes to big games, he's shown it for Spain, he's shown it for Baby or Wobia, he's shown, say, once you underrate him, he'll punish you. Naturally, a midfielder, or no midfielder, you're converting, when you say, be a forward in pool, now you're converting as a false number 9, because Spain, for you soon know, as false number 9, when they went to the Euros, and the guy played very, very well. When the crucial goal or share the ball more they qualify. Look at Mikel Merino when they are attacking. Look at Declan Rice. Look at Odegaard. Into LMT Odegaard quite influence in the game. And look at Bukayo Saka. He was able to push the players up front. Look at Martinelli. Into this angles are now for Nisu from here. Either they are targeting this man or they are targeting this player. Because someone himself, yes, in film they are more crowded, but on the rings, and why I ask now for strength. That is where I had problem with Ancelotti. I think so we able to meet a crowded midfield. No, we should have thought about the rings. Because everybody are watching Arsenal for game throughout the season. Arsenal for almost strength upon air rings. And positioner or more pretty more a Bukayo Saka role. Oshe pass map now. Arsenal still Ancelotti every year quiet here himself Arsenal for Bukayo Saka honomono. A honomu use more. But we still sat down and allowed them to use the Bukayo Saka role more. See, this is Bukayo Saka. And you allowed him to play Mikel Merino because the guy is not a typical number 9. Until one said pass, and sat down front and say uncle because Real Madrid were able to dominate these areas. You look at Real Madrid. This is the Madrid, and this is Kylian Mbappe. Mbappe should be somewhere around here. Now go to Mr. Borne and see an answer from this side. But they didn't get it that way. And you might have played very well. You might have done everything well in the midfield, but you let a lot of gas on the wings, and these guys were able to punish you. Madrid will go into the second leg, hoping so make me overturning Yoma. Madrid can overturn things. In fact, if I'm giving somebody percentage, make Madrid for 10-15% so make qualify. And I'm giving them that chance because this is Real Madrid, the most successful club in Europe. But the problem is Madrid didn't move over 3-0 deficit since 1975. And in 1975, they played against an English opposition. They played against Derby County. Derby County was defending league champion that time. And see, there's still that chance that Madrid will qualify. And what I love about the Spanish teams, and someone said the English teams, so generally, you assess, yeah, Spanish teams, they play better, they do well than the English teams. When they meet them in crucial games, they beat them. And the English know it. And see, when you are going to meet a team like Real Madrid, or no competition, everything is possible. But the question is, will Arsenal score?
Okay.
Arsenal measure. Because Osha Madrid, now Osha Arsenal 14 years. Mikel Merino no use as a force number 9. Osha they wear Arsenal for try to make protecting, especially in the midfield. Because guys is joining midfield next or bar. Arsenal for to media a lot of space, the mamo. Do you know why? Because they believe that Abrante Ayefreno, center back, the German guy, Rudiger. He's one guy who has started playing. He enjoys playing now. Playing like a Gerard Piqué, playing like Sergio Ramos who wants to come forward and he leaves a lot of loopholes, gaps. You are playing against a young Asensio. You need to nurture the ball in kakra. You don't go forward and leave the back and from a young player to manage the back. And so they were very comfortable. If you listen to Mikel Arteta, even after the game, also catch and say, man, on relax it, they will definitely make a mistake. Or when they were free, so pay, and they left this man to score that third crucial goal. Okay, counter attack by your Modesha, you definitely blame the centre back partnership. Where were they? What were they thinking? The guy was coming. Who was marking him? Because I saw when you back connection and said, who is marking the young man? You left him. No. Madrid will score. And I know Madrid will score at least 2 goals. But I have come to understand these 2 centre backs. The Kiro guy and William Saliba. Honestly, I say William Saliba no, or a world-class centre back. He's one of the best centre backs we have. Yes, I understand. He's a very good centre back. But time on it, Abranti Ubabe partner no, I was a bit skeptical because I was like, this is a team Mbappe, Rodrigo, Vini Jr. You don't expect say Jakub Kiwo partner William Saliba, then you get results. But the guy was very composed and he played very, very well. If the return leg, just 60% of what they showed in the first leg, I'm telling you, Madrid will struggle to score a goal. But at the Bernabeu, there's one thing about the Bernabeu. The fans will be there. The stadium is bigger than what they saw at the Emirates. The Spanish teams, they were chanting, and Madrid, over that history, they have the psychological edge over Arsenal. I don't know how these 3 guys are going to fare in the second leg. If Madrid want to win the game, I think Madrid has some neutralizing wings, for Arsenal. The role of Bukayo Saka is some more Gabriel Martinelli is some more Leave became Merino alone up front. If the supply doesn't come, he can't score. And upon goalkeeper ni saves ni nyina Arsenal and Shada and threaten on center backs in this hour. Chances na Arsenal for nyano. Now if you wings because omuja wings no too exposed.
Okay.
And it's Arsenal. Walk to me as stop from the wings. Carlo Ancelotti to me here do stop from the wings, which I expect him say or they Vasquez on the right. You are playing at home. So relaxed. Don't be worried. Allow the Vasquez to play on the right. Then bring Valverde to the midfield. Sir, Madrid team way. Almost strength here too. Almost attack and almost midfield. In the last 2 years, almost defense no nini nambo. But midfield in the almost tell attack no so ever present, ever green. So make sure say we strength in the over keep men weaken our strength no. That is your midfield and your attack. So bring Valverde to the midfield. Add him to Jude Bellingham. I don't know who is going to partner him, but I'm sure definitely a better branch your friend Luka Modric. And not the ball. Into Bellingham, Valverde, and Luka Modric. If you have them, our midfield. Now Una Vasquez, our right. Sacrifice. You are playing at home. The pressure will definitely be on Arsenal. Arsenal will defend. They are not going to play like they played in the first leg.
Well, Arsenal about the same.
Don't forget, Arsenal will play like they played against Manchester City. Arsenal will play like Real Madrid played against Manchester City last season.
Okay, all right.
That's how they want to do it.
Okay.
So sacrifice and play Abrante with our right back. When you are able to play this guy on the right back, you are assured, say, because of the experience and because of fans, they were definitely pressure and banner. So he'll be relaxed. He'll be well composed. Then put somebody on Thomas Partey. I think they have to put Valverde on Thomas Partey. Yes. Partey is one. Partey, I'm a man who says, as a style of play, similar to the Jorginho, the Pirlo, and the Busquets more kind of base midfield role. No?
Okay.
Side defensive midfield now, and yet, I say very calm, very composed. So put Valverde on him. I want to see Ancelotti put Valverde on Thomas Partey. If he's able to do this, I'm telling you, Arsenal will be a little bit shaky.
Oh, wow.
Yes. I know Arsenal will score. Because Madrid, I'm a trainer away anymore. They will definitely score. Madrid will score at least 2 goals on the night. Madrid will score 2 goals. But Madrid, they will definitely bend down. And if you are not careful, Arsenal will be doggy. That's my problem.
Hey.
What's that?
Because Ombeshe, no Musha, they will bend down because Ombeko say once you score, Ombeko say,
aye,
and to Okoni say, yeah, space will ha, and Arsenal will give them doggy.
Now,
Arsenal will score.
Fast in a way, be. Fast in a way, and I say, oh, be. Eh?
Credits in no. Papa, wait. Okay, so Papa, maybe can ask him say, I take a few city no, and how much say Papa wait na, and how more. Issue way, a ko Abu Dhabi na my friend who meeting, say Nicolas Jova. Arsenal for Abefano. On a set piece coach, no. Na City didn't have any problem, or one or Muko no. Who didn't have any problem? Until so Mukoko fa Papa we 10 pass on the Papa we ba Arsenal. And the City for Coco Paye. And issues are Pep Guardiola and Mikel Arteta we na no. Aye Papa we Nicolas Jova we in a this issue no buy. Cause up to now, aye Guardiola ya. No one that's Arsenal. Aye very good when it comes to set pieces. Once set pieces, you know. Yes, Madrid did well, defended it very well.
Right.
But they were never a threat to Arsenal.
Okay.
Arsenal is very relaxed, very composed when it comes to dealing with set pieces. If Madrid will score, definitely will not come from set piece.
Okay. Right.
Maybe it will come from a counter attack. I know Madrid will score, but Arsenal will definitely score.
Wow. So prediction there then.
Arsenal will go through, Madrid will win.
Madrid will win, but Arsenal will
Arsenal
go
will go
through.
through.
Okay. And the doggy will happen.
It will definitely happen.
What should I say? What's that query? What should I say? Right. Dean, you better ask somebody I call Boardroom. Very soon, you better go to Krudima Corred. And last week, 15 odds with the I mean, Pa. Right, Vipa, this weekend, the Ghanaian Premier League is on our screen. Accra Lions, Baseke, 3 p.m. And Basso. And Utumun say, yes, Ampaya. Na Ija, Sante Kotoko. Any be United. And the live feed of the Accra Lions Baseke, but you know if you go Adom TV, so Ochina Pacho Miwe. I'm going him. Nah, visionary to focus on the Bebro. Carella near Diana Stars, become Chelsea out of Lions. Gold Stars, Young Apostles, Legon Cities FC, Summertex. We send here Fisherton City here this weekend. You become Fisherton, so but Asari assigned 2 more years for Hartlepool guys. Yes, we power.
Great news. I think the Hartlepool didn't want to risk it too much. Initially, a 1-year contract, and the age was a factor. Sometimes, you know, certain decisions, you know, we are fun. I won't tell you, but if you look at certain key factors, it makes
sense.
footballing sense, and that is exactly what Hartlepool did. But Asari has shown, say, by one player they can depend on for years to come. He's 32, right? And goalkeepers, their age is not problematic. Of all the figures, he's one in the goalkeeping department. He's one that has shown that he can lead that department and even the team on the field.
Yeah.
You know, he's come with a lot of leadership quality. It's only befitting, say, Hartlepool, I renew the contract. One thing I mean with Hearts over the years, they have let a lot of great players go
Free.
for free. And then Nyomonkwa, Kotoko is also one team you can point a finger at. Say players before no pikia, they leave for free. And Meji sending influence Hearts for them to give him a 2-year contract. For Asari, if he sees life beyond the Ghana Premier League, he's free to dream. But clearly at Hartlepool, he's become a fan favorite. And almost better for long. But Ninya contractual issues. I don't know what has gone into this contract. ABS, Obi, there was a video making rounds that said, or to Momon Tokam.
Well, I've heard news about they want to say he's a star
because
I mean,
Hartlepool. And yet so much
I mean, they are big boys who Hartlepool.
And you see, Eriko, Asari's rise has been meteoric. Again, what few Olympics. And when you follow a story.
But I ain't telling in a context.
Yes, I ain't telling in a context. Yes.
Yeah.
But he's a late bloomer. A few Olympics. About Hearts. Look at his rise. At Hearts, he's now Ghana's
Number one
national
goalkeeper.
team number one goalkeeper, Black Star level. That is big pride for us.
That's
I mean, kind of last time Hatsufo would hit their chest as a club, say Ghana. National team.
Samieji.
Yes.
Since Samuel.
It will go. And I make as I mean, kind of last.
Did Philemon McCarthy get called up?
Yes.
McCarthy he got,
but he was never
yes.
never a number one.
Richard Atta Nyaye.
Yeah.
Never an opportunity. But this time I had one more bragging rights. So goalkeeper, Black Star number one. So that alone has even projected Hearts to another pedestal, and it's good. It's good.
Right.
I'm happy for Benjamin. Me say, our man is Kendi. A branch and a bread.
Charlie. And I'm sure this contract extension is covered, but if you give him money, Sani, we are sitting. Sani, we are sitting. A time we need money.
More money. I mean, the manager no or Kasabebre.
Oh, me there.
Oh, Japan say.
Djibouti. Djibouti, yeah, the player.
What's it then?
Or so prior to him signing for us of folk. When you deal with Djibouti,
well, maybe you already see. Can let's get him more.
Djibouti,
but we've seen Ghanaian players go.
Let's get
Djibouti, Somalia.
Or Djibouti and go new opportunity.
No, after the Black Stars call up. You say I want be.
What's the Black Stars?
Was it prior to?
Prior to the Black Stars.
I think so. Prior
to Djibouti for Madrid.
Signing niggas say after Black Stars here value of course.
Anti-Djibouti. Oh, now.
After Black Stars call and Djibouti club.
Before House of Folk, they send out the Olympics. If you Olympics like a normal.
Let's get
now the Olympics no call Djibouti dear. After where you Djibouti them.
No, can you after say we are
no, from where people are saying, I'm saying. From the people if it is after Olympics no call Djibouti.
That no can say.
Now country there say sex position. Djibouti.
See,
what is that sex position?
Djibouti.
Djibouti like.
Maybe I came to a dog in
very kind.
But director Djibouti no start there anyway. I'm so confused gaga. Then yeah, one on sorry na pay.
Djibouti
Eh?
Djibouti.
So said Dean.
I call him
start.
start.
I can't was am throw.
Fascinating when you
Mr. Wodi, on a more serious note, so Oshe Mitiere Kokukana, I agree with him perfectly because imagine a goalkeeper at 32 coming from Great Olympics. Man, 3 years and a season now far. How are you going to compensate?
The same people insult them.
Yes, so sometimes management, when they take certain decisions, you might not understand.
Well, but taking one standing by it.
You have to defend the position. So it can work.
Like I'm standing by Madrid to qualify.
That is it, and it can backfire.
My goodness. Mr. Alfredo Kakwaba.
Erico, Major also.
Why am I so? Alfredo, wait on one vapor Maria. On our Djibouti style,
Djibouti style. Oh, sir. Me see it.
Me man dream one. Me we be now wait my boy.
Say also our say me am Djibouti style.
Baby, oh na okoja me koja. How na buy nche because Djibouti current.
Odi am kwa me bisa wife so ni Djibouti dia.
Bisa wife ma me